Guys, it's Tootie. So today I am here to talk about my favorite topic ever, weddings. And I just want to go over a little bit of budgeting tips with you because I just planned my wedding about 2 years ago and it's always been something I'm passionate about. And I kind of want to just share some of the budgeting things that I did. I don't know if they'll work with everybody, but um, I can always just put it out there. Maybe somebody can find it useful. Maybe some people can't. I don't know. We'll just go for it. So, my first all time biggest pet peeves with wedding is give yourself plenty of time. No shotgun weddings, please. I think that is the hardest thing ever to plan your wedding in 6 months. It's not impossible, it's just really, really hard. I'm just making it so that you can get everything you need in your wedding to actually be at your wedding. So, yeah, that is my biggest number one thing. Set a date, give yourself at least a year. It gives you enough time to tell everybody, gives you enough time to start planning everything. So once you have set a date a year in advance, you can start to do a little bit of shopping around, see what you like, what theme you want to stick with. One hint is if you are going to go overboard on one particular thing, just understand that you may have to cut costs at other areas. So, like, we picked a very gorgeous wedding hall that me and my husband both loved. It was just gorgeous. We both really loved it, which was a big thing for me to have us both love a place. And so we had to cut costs in our food. So I'm not saying we cut a lot of costs because the venue hall was a little pricey, but it wasn't outrageous. And plus, there was some down now, some down later. So we kind of got time to save up and pay now, pay later kind of thing. So that really helped out. And so yeah, we had to cut a little bit of cost in food. So just be aware that that may happen if you're going to go out over the top on something. You may have to cut it somewhere else, unless you have all the money in the world to plan this wedding, but I don't know why you would be watching this video then. So yeah, that's another one of the big hints that I have towards planning your wedding. All right, so when you're going to buy decorations for the venue hall, one of my things I did, I don't know if this will work with everybody, is I purchased little things at a time. So my biggest store that I shopped at was Hobby Lobby because they had my theme there. And they have 20% off coupons off of one item. So I would go in there every once in a while and purchase an item, get the 20% off, and then go home. And then, like 2 weeks later, I'd go back if they have it. If they didn't, buy another thing that I needed 20% off and go home. And I kept doing that. I started as soon as I was planning my wedding, I started heading over there. I didn't buy that much. I'm making it sound like I bought a lot. I bought like 12 things. So, I mean, it wasn't that much. It's just to save money, I constantly would just go. And sometimes they wouldn't have it, and I just, buy something else that I needed for the wedding, like rose petals to go on my centerpieces for the reception. So, I mean, it's not like I'd go in there and not buy anything at all if they didn't have anything. I'd still purchase things. So, that's one thing that I did. Another thing with um, saving money is maybe find a location where you don't need to buy a lot of decor. Luckily, with our location that we had our wedding at, it was pretty much the theme already. So that's why I didn't have to buy as much items for the location, is because the venue hall already matched our theme. So I got away very easy on that one. So maybe find a location that doesn't really need too many decor items. Another one of my biggest money savers was, if you can rent it for cheaper, do it. It saved us probably more than what I actually put. It probably saved us a good $400, $500 because we rented certain things that we really didn't need, or it's something that I could easily go out and purchase it tomorrow if I really wanted to keep it as a sentiment. But they were the centerpieces, and it was a mirror with the little floating candle bowl, and we just rented those, and it was probably about $400 or $500 if we would have bought it outright, and it ended up being like $150 for renting. So if you can rent it, please. Do not waste money on purchasing something you do not need later. See, I could just go out into Hobby Lobby and just probably purchase just one mirror and one of the floating candle bowls for probably about 20 bucks. But when you add that up with how many tables you have, it gets to be a lot of money. Okay, so cake was a big deal breaker for my aunt at my wedding. I had to have good cake. So, one of the options that we chose was to go with a smaller bakery. It was just two ladies who love to bake and were doing this, as fun, but it was still their job. So I knew they wouldn't disappoint, and they didn't. So don't think that you have to go to those high top quality bakeries, because that's not the case at all. And again, unless you have the money to spend $2,000 on a cake, don't. We ended up paying nothing for our cake. It was probably a good 150 bucks. And it was a beautiful, beautiful cake. Like I said, they did not disappoint. So don't think that you have to go overboard on your cake. Even some people just do one tier. We did two tiers. And then we did sheet cakes on the side. So just don't think that you have to go overboard, because you don't. Another thing, when you're going to get your wedding cake, go and taste test everywhere. I made the mistake of only picking two places, and we only got a sample two places. And that was very disappointing for me because I wanted to sample cake. So just make appointments everywhere and go and try it. One, you are getting married, so you deserve to try cake for your wedding. So don't be afraid to make appointments everywhere and just try cake. It'll be fun, I promise. All right, and food. Again, try everywhere. The best part about the food places is they want to make sure you try everything. So you will get a big spread. You will be saving money on your meals for the day, and you will be saving money in the long run when you can, budget for those food and you have multiple choices to choose from. So just like I said again for the cake, go try everywhere. Just do it. Just again, you're getting married. This is your choice. One of the things that one of the caterers told me when I was trying food, I was like, well, this is a really good hearty meatball. And I like hearty meatballs. I don't like those fluffy and airy ones. One of the things she said to me when I was like, oh, I don't know what to choose. I don't know what everybody else is going to like. She goes, this is your wedding. It needs to be something you like. They're getting a free meal. Who cares? If they don't like it, they don't like it. And I thought that was the coolest thing ever, because you know what? You are paying for that meal. You better like it. Don't worry about everybody else. Another good wedding tip would be have the ceremony and the reception at the same location. We actually were very lucky because we didn't plan on doing that. I actually planned on getting married at my church. Well, my pastor wasn't available that day. So we got my grandpa ordained, which was the most amazing experience ever. Do not be afraid to have somebody get ordained, or if somebody offers to, take it. It was more personal to me and my husband that my grandfather married me and my husband. So, yes, the wedding and the ceremony can be in the same location. We did, and I have to say, it was a lot easier on us. It was ceremony, have a little break in between, take some photos, come back, eat, dance. It was quick and easy. Done. So, it makes your day easier and it makes it cheaper. One of my last tips for budgeting for your wedding would be, after it's all said and done, don't be afraid to sell what you don't need. I am not a big, like, I need to keep everything. So as soon as we got married, we actually had a garage sale, and I sold I sold a couple of things there. I took a couple of places to a consignment place, and I kept one of each. So I kept our card box, which is a gorgeous little box anyways, and I kept a small candle holder and a big candle holder, and one of our tall, it looks like an old-timey lamp that stands up straight. I kept that as well. So, I mean, don't think you have to get rid of everything, but don't think you have to keep everything, because you will have the pictures and you will still have something. Just pick things that have meaning to you or that you think you can turn around and do something with. Like that tall lamp, I can easily put a plant in there and make it look beautiful. So just don't think you need to keep everything, because you really don't. That's just clutter, and clutter is not good. Those are just some tips for saving money on your wedding. So maybe I'll make a second one of these, because I know weddings are pretty big and I love weddings. I love, 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 love weddings. So I'm not afraid to do these videos. Maybe I can do some other topics, some other things, go in more depth in some areas. Um, Anything. I love weddings. So thanks for watching my video on tips for how to save money for your wedding. Um, Maybe I'll make a part 2. So yeah, thank you guys. Bye.